Hey YouTube, it's Black, and I'm coming at you with another dirt cheap deck profile for an idea I actually had today. This is my, I call it Molten Seal. For the sheer fact it is a hybrid of Machinas and Volcanics with the purpose of using Blaze Phoenix, the Burning Bombardment Bird, and Ignition Beast Volcanic to control the field, put big monsters on board, and just brutalize your opponent. I've been testing it all day today. It's worked out pretty well for me so far. It's just I had to fix some things about it because it was a little too slow. But without further ado, I'll get into the deck profile. To start off, we got one of my favorite cards, Gores, because it's Gores. We have 2 Machina Cannon, 3 Fortress, 3 Gear Frames, and 2 Peacekeepers. The standard Machina lineup, just so it searches out itself, and I can use it how I feel. Next, we have the Volcanic lineup, which is triple rocket, triple scatter shot, triple shell, with my one tech being Spirit of Flames, for the sheer fact that cards like scatter shot and rocket, once they go in grave, are pretty useless, and Spirit of Flames is just an easy level 4 to pop out that gains 300 attack whenever enters whenever he enters the battle phase, and I think this is a permanent increase because it doesn't say that it goes away. So it goes from 17 to 23 whenever you enter your battle phase. 2000, I'm sorry. So that's the monster lineup. It's pretty simple combos. Use machines and pyros and make big monsters. But it's been working out pretty well. For spells, we have double blaze accelerator for monster control and to get rid of the small ones. A dark hole, one fusion sage to search out the polys, a heavy storm, a mind control, one reborn, double typhoon, triple poly, and avarice because Avarice for the sheer fact because you can completely mess up with this deck and sometimes you just need a reset button. Double duality for search speed. And triple compulse. I was running bottomless at a time and then I decided compulse was better because it helps me reset things too. Like my opponent dark holes while I have fortresses on the board, I can just compulse the fortresses back to my hand and use them myself. And for the last few traps we just have the Solemn Brigade. That's pretty much it for the main deck. Combos are simple. You try to get poly in your hand to fuse your little pyros with the machines, preferably Fortress. For the sheer fact you can just dump things and get Fortress back after you fuse with it. So yeah, that's about it for that. For the extra deck, I run triple Blaze Phoenix, the Burning Bombardment Bird. If you don't know what Blaze Phoenix's effect is or who he is a level 8 machine type fusion monster, or pyro type fusion monster that takes one machine type monster and one pyro monster. His effect is, once per turn during your main phase, you can inflict 300 damage to your opponent for each card on the field. This card cannot attack the turn you activate this effect. Now, this is pretty easy to get out with things like if you have a dead Peacekeeper and a shell in hand, you can poly these two and get Blaze Phoenix. And then you can abuse this effect, and then your opponent has to deal with a 2800 beater that's just sitting on the field. And then if you choose not to use this effect, you can just attack with it. Next fusion monster we use is I use is Ignition Beast Volcano. He's coming out in Cosmo Blazar in a couple weeks, and once again he is a fusion that takes a machine type monster and a pyro type monster. And his effect is, when this card is fusion summoned, you can target one monster your opponent controls, destroy that target, also destroy this card. Then if both monsters were destroyed, inflict damage to your opponent equal to the attack of the monster in the graveyard that was targeted by this effect. I am not completely sure if this burns for original attack or attack on field. I will have to wait till this card actually comes out to get that ruling, but this mini Scrap Dragon effect helps you control monsters that you can't get over, and if you have Reborn in hand, this is a valid Reborn target. So moving on, it says one Stardust I need to take out because I used to run Starlight Road in this deck and I don't anymore. So if you have any suggestions that I can replace this with, let me know. Then we have one Daigusto Phoenix. For the sheer fact that I have had people who just leave Peacekeeper on the field, and you can either normal summon another Peacekeeper or summon Scattershot. And Scattershot gets a burn effect whenever it's sent to the graveyard. So you can overlay for Phoenix with those two, detach Scattershot, burn your opponent for 500, and then attack twice. It's a really, really nice combo. Otherwise, if this is too expensive for you, otherwise you can just sub it out for Gachi or another level 2. Then we got that 1 Pearl for pure power. Heretic Dragon for the fact that double Bombardment Bird is not a hard thing to get out, and then you can activate both effects. Overlay for Heretic. Use Heretic's effect to pop cards on the field, and then still have a free attack 3,000 attacker at the end of the turn. After that, we have Maestroke, who I consider a staple rank 4 exceed. The obvious big eye, because 2 fortresses is not hard to get up. A Utopia, a Black Ship of Corn, a Popular Operative, and card I actually started running, which I really recommend that Machina players run, is coming out in Lord of the Tachyon Galaxy. It's Phantom Beastcraft plain Dragosack. Dragosac's ability is he takes 2 level 7 monsters. His ability is once per turn you can attach an Exceed material from this card, special summon 2 Phantom Beastcraft tokens that are machine type level 3 when attacking a defense of 0, and while you control a token, this card cannot be destroyed by battle or card effects. Once per turn you contribute 1 Phantom Beastcraft monster to destroy 1 card on the field. This is unbelievable in this deck for the sheer fact that these tokens can be used to fusion summon Blaze Phoenix and Volcanic. Plus, the destruction effect is nice, and for his destruction effect, his protection effect, and the sheer fact that when he runs out of materials, he can tribute himself to pop cards on the field. Plus, he's a fusion target for that. He is a wonderful card in this deck. I recommend everybody, if you are able to pull off 2 level 7s, I recommend everybody start running this card because it's just too broken not to use. But that's about it for this deck. Let me know what you think about it. If you have any suggestions, let me know. And I hope you like, comment, subscribe, and I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching.